Hi everyone, it's Adrian with Next Action Associates, and today I'm addressing the topic of overwhelm and overload. Why? Well, because I have the incredible privilege of being reminded every single day of how my life was before my GTD practice by my clients. And I say I have the privilege because, well, I connect with my clients on a very deep level because I see where they are and I remember exactly being there. And that particular situation is whenever I had too much work, whenever I had too many emails, whenever I had too many projects going on, I was overwhelmed, right? So I created a link of causation between having too much and feeling completely out of control and overwhelmed. For me, that was like this necessity of whenever there is too much, you will be overwhelmed. Today I know, although they're interrelated, those two topics, they're two different things. And it's not just semantics, okay? It's actually a profound difference. Being overwhelmed and overloaded are not the same thing. Now, being overloaded might cause you to be overwhelmed. But, and here's the key, you can be overloaded but not overwhelmed. And the opposite is equally true. You can be not at all overloaded but be overwhelmed. How and why is probably what is more interesting, right? I'll be talking about overwhelm this video and next time overload. But I'd like to give you just one phrase, something you can write down. As a general rule, whenever you are overloaded, the solution is changing your procedures. I get to that. Whenever you are overwhelmed, you feel overwhelmed, what you have to do is change not your procedures, but your perception. What do I mean by that? Okay, procedures are, I should probably say, objectively graspable. Okay? A procedure is, for example, how do you say yes and no? To what do you say yes? To what do you say no? Another procedure is, for example, to what rhythm do you communicate or answer to communication that just came in today? So certain people, they get a message, they feel they have to respond directly. Other people say, my response rate is every 24 hours. That's a very different procedure, right? A change in procedure would be as well, how many responsibilities do you have? So in your company, in your role, what are the various areas of focus you are responsible for, right? So you signed, you have a job description. What is that job description, right? And that job description can be completely doable in a normal 9-to-5 job, or it can be a job for which you would need 48-hour days, just because of the workload that it generates, right? That's all the realm of procedures. The problem is, the tips you get, oftentimes when you look for solutions to reduce overwhelm and overload, they're often geared towards reducing the work overload, so changing their procedures. These are the tips you get. You have to say no more. Okay, how? You have to change your priorities. Okay, how? Or you have to be working on your priorities more and leave the rest to the rest. Okay, but how? Let me say that procedures are hard to change. Okay, let's not fool ourselves. It's easy to tell you to say no. What you experience in your gut is it's hard. So let's talk about that next time. Because GTD at the core and before everything else is about reducing the overwhelm. Okay? Change your perception is how you can reduce the overwhelm. Now what that means is you're completely in control. I shouldn't say completely. You are, to a great part, to a great extent, you are in control of whether you will be overwhelmed or not. If you're feeling overwhelmed right now and you don't know how to get out of it, you might be thinking, get out of here. Why am I listening to you? I empathize with you, but please bear with me. If you feel overwhelmed, it's because you're doing certain things, right? You might not be aware of them, but you're doing them. And let me say what GTD is about, okay? Here to be very clear, because the overload is the part that you see. How much time you spend working, how much work you actually have, how many to-dos you have, how many meetings you have. That's what we see. That's the tip of the iceberg, right? The real game, where the work really happens, is inside of you. It's in your brain. It's the part that says whether or not you feel in control of your work. Because again, you can have lots to do. You can be overloaded and still feel completely fine and everything is under control, right? Why is that important? Because it makes the world of difference if you are at the effect of your life or if you are at the cause of your life. It's a small difference, okay? But if things happen to you, if life happens to you, or if you make life happen for you, it makes a huge difference. Where are you right now? Do you feel your life is happening for you? Are you making your life happen, or do you feel that you're at the effect of life? I know that with the volume that increases of stuff that comes at us, with the complexity that rises of our work, I know that for me personally, it's hard oftentimes to feel at the cause of my life. I need to take certain step every now and then to take back and make sure that I stay in control of my work. What are the things that I do exactly? And I come back to the basics. There's nothing new here, but the very, very basic, they work whenever you do work them. Not because I tell you to do certain things, but because you do certain things. What are these things? Overwhelm happens in terms of your perception of your control over the things that are in your world. And what is here the big problem? If you keep everything you said yes to in your head, you will be in a constant state of overwhelm. Why? Because your head can at any moment in time keep 4 things simultaneously in your working memory. Do you have 4 things to do in your life? I don't think so. Whatever your responsibilities are, wherever you work, wherever you live, I'm pretty sure, I bet that you have more than 4 things to do. Where do you keep those? Please don't do so in your head. If you want to feel in control and not at the effect of your life, you need to be doing 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Do you know them? Step number 1, please get everything that is inside of your head on paper. Pull a piece of paper, take 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and write everything out that is in your mind. In the book that David Allen wrote, it's called The Mind Sweep, right? That's how we all start. The second step is taking back the control. It means you are the decision maker in your life. Don't wait for it to be like, I don't know what that is. You wrote down mom, you wrote down bank. What does that mean? Where are you going with this? Do you need to open an account or close an account? 2 different things to do. What exactly will you do and what's the desired result? Now, you will have this huge list of things. Can you all have them in one place? Probably not. You might want to think of how can you organize reminders of these things. Can you do them all today, right now? No, obviously not. Put reminders of these things in a system. Then don't look at the window and ask yourself, what's next? Use the work you've just spent building a system and review your possibilities. What are your options? Out of everything you said yes to, out of everything you made a decision about, what will you focus on right now? And then, whenever you do engage with the world, yes, there is a lot to do. Yes, life is hard and sometimes it sucks, but you are in control. And that changes everything. I hope that helps to reduce the overwhelm, and next time we will be speaking more about overload. I wish you a good day, a productive day, and I hope some solace in this world. Bye.